The Treaty of Versailles, the decision that made World War II inevitable. This treaty was meant to end all wars. Instead, it guaranteed the next one. In 1919, world leaders gathered to build peace. 20 years later, the world was at war again, on an even larger scale. This is the story of how one decision reshaped the 20th century. World War I was over. Europe was exhausted. Millions were dead. Empires had collapsed. The question was simple. How do you punish a defeated nation without destroying the future? The answer given in 1919 would change everything. By 1918, Germany had surrendered. The Austro-Hungarian and Ottoman empires were gone. Europe was economically broken. France wanted security. Britain wanted stability. The United States wanted a new world order. These goals were incompatible, but the treaty moved forward anyway. The Treaty of Versailles made 4 key decisions. War guilt. Germany was forced to accept full responsibility for the war. This wasn't just symbolic, it justified everything that followed. Reparations. Germany was required to pay enormous sums to the Allies. The German economy collapsed. Inflation exploded. Savings vanished overnight. Military restrictions. Army limited to 100,000 soldiers. No tanks, no air force, no submarines. Germany was left unable to defend itself, or feel sovereign. Territorial losses. Germany lost land in Europe and all overseas colonies. Millions of ethnic Germans were suddenly living under foreign rule. The treaty achieved punishment, but not peace. Inside Germany, democracy was seen as weak. The government was blamed for humiliation. Extremist movements gained traction. Across Europe, borders were unstable. New states were fragile. Old rivalries remained unresolved. The war had ended, but resentment had not. The Treaty of Versailles created 3 dangerous conditions. Fire economic collapse. Hyperinflation destroyed trust in government and institutions. Brain political radicalization. People didn't turn to extremism because they wanted war. They turned because the system had failed them. Crossed swords, a justification for revenge. The treaty became proof, not of guilt, but of injustice. When Adolf Hitler rose to power, he didn't reject the treaty quietly. He built an entire movement around destroying it. The treaty failed because it tried to punish without rebuilding, humiliate without stabilizing, end a war without fixing its causes. Peace was treated as a legal document, not as a political process. The Treaty of Versailles did not cause World War II alone, but it made it possible. It reminds us that history is shaped not just by wars, but by the decisions made after them. Could a different treaty have prevented World War II? Or was another conflict inevitable?